process, she's established an empire worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's a good thing, too, because in her words, it takes a lot of money to look this cheap.
You come again.
She's unabashedly female.
Why don't more women sing honky-tonk songs?
Everyone knows what Dolly Parton looks like. She's little and petite and beautiful. She's this big flamboyant Barbie doll. She's so breathtakingly beautiful. I hate that woman.
But she's never afraid to play with the big boys.
Dolly can play in a man's world with the same rules and win.
Someone who was her own person, who ventured forth and took a lot of chances, paved the way for a lot of women in the business.
Dolly Parton emerged from the hills of East Tennessee under the Porter Wagoner Show in 1967. And from that day on, she made her position crystal clear.
This dumb blonde ain't nobody's fool.
She's got that personality that she has that makes you fall in love with her. I was the only guy that ever sang with Dolly that never looked down. Everybody laughed, and I said, the thing is, you don't really need to.
She's a force to be reckoned with in the industry as a whole, not just the music industry, but the entertainment industry.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living.
She's the whole package. I know the package that you're thinking about, and that ain't the biggest part of it, you know.
You come in here looking like that.
Dolly has a way of attracting attention to herself.
This is a woman who is proud of a cleavage that's just bursting out.
Heaven let your light shine down.
I wanted to be Dolly Parton. I went and got the blonde wigs. I went and stuffed my bra, and I wanted to be her.
You can't help it, you know. She's one of those rare people that when she enters a room, it's hers.
But in the end, it is Dolly's voice and her songwriting that have made her worthy of the legendary status that she received.
She can rip your heart out as a songwriter and stomp on it.
She's a brilliant storyteller and a brilliant writer.
I've always thought of Dolly like Mozart, you know, just classic and talented to the point of it being effortless.
Never wastes a word in her songs. Every word fits exactly where it should and says exactly what it should.
Nobody sounds like Dolly, and people can try to sound like her. Nobody phrases things the way Dolly does.
You know, when I think of the ultimate feminine voice, I think of Dolly.
No one can touch her. No one can touch the hem of her dress as far as I'm concerned.
There's no mistaking that Dolly Parton is without a doubt the most recognizable icon of country music in the world.
Anywhere in the world that you go, if you asked somebody who didn't know anything about country music, and you said, tell me what you know about country music, they would say Dolly Parton.
No one can argue. There is only one Dolly.
While Dolly Parton may be a hard act to follow, our next great artist knows how to handle herself. She got married at the age of 13 and had 4 children before she turned 21. Well, she took all that into account and reached into our hearts and onto the top of the music business by writing and singing songs that were both defiant and honest. She sang classic country songs about cheating husbands, honky-tonk girls, and the battle of the sexes. At number 3, it's Loretta Lynn.
You could say that Loretta Lynn's my hero. You could say Loretta Lynn is the epitome of country music, that Loretta Lynn is feisty. She's got the greatest sense of humor and always is very blunt.
Yeah, exactly what she said. Well, they say that I'm too country, the way I look and sound. Well, Loretta Lynn is the classic of all time. I mean, there's nobody like Loretta.
Oh, man. She's my kind of woman.
Lord, I've got country in my jeans.
Just that mountain sound just makes the hair stand up on my arms anytime she sings.
And the White House social season.
Loretta Lynn was born dirt poor in a mountain hollow in Kentucky. She got married when she was barely a teenager, had 4 kids by the time she was 20, But while many women might have given up, Loretta found an outlet for her trials and tribulations in the rhyming lines of country songs.
She's the real deal. She lived what she sung about, and you could hear it in her voice. It's that simple.
She sang the most controversial of subjects, talking about being pregnant, talking about, you ain't woman enough to take my man.
It'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can. 'Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man.
And I think she was a feminist long before her time, you know, long before anybody knew what the word meant.
If you don't want to go to Fifth City, you better detour around my town. 'Cause I'll grab you by the hair of the head, and I'll lift you off of the ground.
Loretta wrote songs that reflected her own hardships, but she never played the victim. She didn't have to. Her lyrics packed a wallop.
I never tell you gotta lay off from a man if you don't want to go to Fifth City.
She was the women's lib leader of country music and said things that nobody had ever said before.
Well, your pet name for me is Squaw. When you come home a drinking and can barely crawl, and all that loving on me won't make things right.
They're female empowerment songs at the same time. They're, you know, don't mess with me songs.
Just wars on the warpath tonight.
Country radio stations refused to play her song about contraception, the pill, but Loretta never backed down.
Mini skirts, hot pants, and a few little fancy frills. Yeah, making up for all those years since I've got the pill.
I think Loretta, as an artist, has had more songs banned from country radio than any artist, maybe male or female.
For her to have the guts and the courage and the honesty to record a song like The Pill, that is probably the reason why she will go down in the history of music, not just country music, but in music as one of the most courageous artists that we will ever see.
I guess that's what I really love about her. She's not phony. She's Loretta Lynn from the word go.
You talk about unique. Loretta is that. You never know what she's going to say. Whatever comes to mind comes out, and I love that about her.
Lord, I've got country in my jeans.
Coming up, the top 2 powerhouses in country when CMT 40 Greatest Women of Country Music continues.